I'm on a mission to make Destiny's forgotten exotics usable, and today I'm using Shinobu's Vow. Shinobu's is a hunter exotic that boosts skip grenade effectiveness and gives an additional skip grenade charge. Shinobu's doesn't look horrendous, but I've always struggled to find a good armor set to go with them. I went for a robotic, sci-fi look to try and match. Now, I've used Shinobu's before. In fact, I'm a pretty big Shinobu fan. I'm always praising this exotic for its simplicity and effectiveness. With skip grenades getting a damage boost in the final shape, this exotic is set to only get better. So, these gloves give you an additional seeker in your skip pack, gives ability energy every time one of your seekers deals damage, and gives an additional grenade charge. Of course, since skips are involved, that leaves me on arc. Jolting grenades and a couple of arc trace fragments, and I'm off. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that sometimes an exotic is so simple that I struggle to find things to say. And here with Shinobu's, I find myself in that same situation. This exotic is good. No, it's great. It works every time, all of the time. There's a bit of rivalry with this exotic, however. Shinobu's and Lucky Raspberry, and Shinobu's. Lucky Raspberry gives the Arc Bolt grenade a boost and gives additional grenade energy when you deal jolt damage or collect a trace. It's a bit different, but if you've used both of these exotics, you'll know that they share a very similar playstyle. You could take the same aspects and fragments from one over to the other and it would work flawlessly. Using one of these exotics over the other basically comes down to personal preference, and I find myself a bit more partial to Shinobu's. Grenades are just so much fun. Bounce them off the ground, bounce them off a wall, even hit an enemy directly with one, and it will still find a target. This has got to be one of the most aggressive homing projectiles in Destiny history. The only time it doesn't find something is when nothing exists. There's a slight difference between Raspberry and Shinobu's in the weapon department. Raspberry calls for a weapon with volt shot, or at least something that can jolt or make traces, which to a degree limits your options, but not very much, just a little. Shinobu has an even smaller request, and that is to simply use a weapon that can give a slight amount of grenade energy. Shinobu gets quite a bit of energy back when it hits something, and it's not uncommon to see almost half a grenade come back from just itself, so pairing it with a demo weapon pushes it over into the infinite territory. The weapon I chose to do this was actually Forbearance, specifically this one I have here with Demo and Wellspring, both giving ability energy on top of the Origin trait giving grenade energy. This was insane. I had more grenades than I knew what to do with. Each one jolting, each one causing a decent amount of damage, each one within seconds of each other. If you have this weapon, use it. When I tell you I was spamming grenades, I was genuinely spamming them. It was a rarity that I did not have a grenade, and thus it was a rarity that what I was looking at wasn't jolted. Now, that's a lot of praise, but I won't deny that the skip grenades themselves are a bit underwhelming. They don't really do a lot of damage by themselves, which I'm hoping will be alleviated once we see this buff with the final shape. But as of right now, it's slightly, and I mean very slightly, underwhelming. The grenade damage isn't even what you're going to notice the most here. The grenades are merely a means for jolt at this point, and the fact that each drone gives a little nibble means that no matter what enemy type it is, it's getting jolted. From the smallest thrall to the tankiest ogre, if you want it jolted, you get it jolted. So yes, this exotic is quite good, and if you haven't used it, you're seriously doing yourself a disservice. They're super simple, they work without any setup, and they're a great exotic that will leave you jolting everything you see. Oh, and of course we can't forget, they're also fun! Give these a go, and let me know what loadouts you come up with. Until next time. Oh hey look, a Capri's! I actually forgot... Oh, wait. I forgot about this exotic. Capri's Sting. Okay.